All right. Hello and welcome to Fridays at 4 on twitch.tv/DDO stream. I'm your community manager, Cordovan, and I'll be with you for the next hour. We got some news. We got some things we're going to talk about, including an extension of the free DDO 2024 coupon. And I'll have more details about that in just a minute. But I did want to point out that we got this thing happening. Year of the Dragon launch this week. You can find out more about it on DDO.com. And we'll be back to that slide here, I think, in just a little bit. Welcome, everyone. How you doing? How you doing? So, quick programming note, I will not be here next week, so I will see you in 2 weeks after today. So, I mentioned at the start of the show, let's get to that. So, we are extending our free DDO 2024 coupon. Where is it now? By a week. So you have through February 18th now to be able to redeem the coupon. Free DDO 2024. It gets you a whole ton of adventure packs and cool stuff for free. Let me just pop that up on the screen. Just in case you're out there and you aren't aware, let me make sure we get this properly promoted. Oh, I know why I didn't put it on the screen, because I was just in the middle of changing the date. Now it says February 18th. Not that long ago, it said February 11th. It was going to run through Sunday. We're extending it by a week. So you have through Sunday, February 18th to redeem free DDO 2024 and get all of these adventure packs for free. On top of that, we have some 99-point expansions. You should definitely take advantage of these. If you do not have the following expansions, for just 99 DDO points, you can pick up Sharn, Underdark, Ravenloft, or Shadowfell. And we're extending it by a week through February 18th. All right, let's bring back up that Year of the Dragon slide here. You can find more about that on DDO.com. We're being a bit of a tease because we've got the calendar up. But if you mouse over each of the boxes, this is the date that we will actually be able to provide more information to you. This top one's not working. That'll be released on February 28th. So what'll happen on February 28th is you'll click on the February 2024 box. It'll take you to a news article that'll be published on DDO.com. And it's going to have the details about whatever we need to say, really, about the free gift that'll be redeemable until the next one arrives. So you have until the one debuts and the next one arrives in order to get it. Yeah, here we go. So like for March here, see it says drops 327 for the Gift of the Silver Dragon. That's the new adventure pack that's being previewed right now on Lamania. And then in April, drops 424 for the Curate Your Expat cache. And we'll have more details about what that means on April 24th. And then it'll be redeemable until May 29th, when we're going to have the ground-bound Green Dragon mount available for a free gift. So the first thing to know, the Dragon Lord archetype is going to be free if you redeem it. So make sure to check in between February 28th and March 27th to get that free gift. And then hope you choose to join us then all year long for a year-long monthly gifts. And this is to celebrate 50 years of Dungeons & Dragons. It is the Year of the Dragon. And we are celebrating the Year of the Dragon, along with D&D in general. I know there's a lot of questions, and I can't necessarily give you a lot of answers, but let me say a little bit about what I can say. So February Dragonlord archetype, you know that one. You've been seeing it on Lamania. Gift of the Silver Dragon, that's the new adventure pack. Bonus, VIPs get daily gold rolls for March. Yep. So it'll be from March 27th until April 20, through the 23rd. That you'll be able to get those free daily gold rolls. Curate Your Expat cache, it is kind of what you think it is. I don't know if Vecna is going to be included. I would say probably not, but I'll let you know. That's what you'll click on the thing and it'll tell you. If you have all the expansions, you'll get a free Elixir of Discovery. And we appreciate that you have all the expansions. But if you don't, this will get you stuff. May, ground-bound Green Dragon mount. It'll be a mount. It will move on the ground. It's not a flying mount. Dragon Hatchling Pet, that is what you would expect. Blue Draconic Wings. We'll try to get a picture up, a screenshot up of it. for July there. The Draconic Raiders reward box is going to be similar to the other Raiders reward box, but also different. And I guess that's all I can say about that. Prismatic Dragon outfit is what you would expect. The Horde of Discovery, can't tell ya. Pick of the Dragon's Lair, can't tell ya. Dragon Path Aura Footprints will be a set of footprints. Armor of the Dragon Cult will be a cosmetic armor set. And then the Dragon Disciple archetype will be all the way in February 2025. And that'll be another free archetype if you choose to claim it. Now, if you don't choose to claim, many of these things will be available in the DDO store afterwards if you wish to purchase them because you didn't get it for free. But you should get it for free instead by logging in to the game and picking it up. The way it's going to work is there'll be an NPC in the Hall of Heroes. You'll speak to the NPC and claim that gift. For the cosmetics, there'll be a second NPC, probably standing next to this person. That will be a long-term repository for getting new versions of the cosmetics, similar to what we do for the other expansion NPCs and kind of other cosmetic packs that we've done. You can go and claim them long-term through an NPC that's going to be there in-game. Let me get to chat. Someone is saying they're not seeing the stream. I am live. I hope you see it. We didn't include Grip of the Hidden Hand. Interesting. I will have to look into that for the next one. That's a good question. That may have been an oversight. How do you get a free name change from hardcore? Well, I don't know about free, but if you transfer to a world where there's a naming conflict because someone already has the name from the transfer from hardcore, you will get a free rename that way. And what you would do is go into your chat box to /change name space, whatever you want the name to be. As long as it's not taken, you'll get renamed to it. So I think that may be the answer to your question. But if it's not taken, you may have to pay for a rename. All right. If you just want to name it for whatever. Yes, once you own the archetype, it will not be taken from you. So even if you're VIP, by the way, the archetype, the Dragon Lord archetype will be included in the VIP subscription. But even as a VIP, you might want to claim it. And the reason for that would be that if you ever dropped your VIP benefit, you would still get the Dragon Lord archetype from claiming it for Year of the Dragon. Who is responsible for the online store and what goes in there? Is it SSG or Daybreak? Is there a team name? It's SSG that runs the DDO store. We're in charge of maintaining the catalog. The game team, there's a couple of people on the DDO development team who are in charge of uploading really the catalog and the text and assigning it to the various in-game identifiers, things like that. And then we have some folks in marketing who manage the store as well, set coupon codes every week, do that kind of work as well. Yeah, I will have to follow up on Grip of the Hidden Hand. It's too late for this one. We're not going to just retroactively grant it, but we'll make sure it's probably in for the next one, is what I would say on that particular adventure pack. The last time it was around would be because it was the most recent adventure pack, I believe, and so it would not be included. We typically are not including the most recent adventure packs in the free coupon. But Grip of the Hidden Hand's old enough now. We probably could have included that. Will these benefits run along with VIP bonuses that are planned to release? Rano194 asked. The answer is yes. We'll have more information, time TBD, but we will have more information on some VIP work that we're doing. We've been doing for a while, and we're getting closer to being able to debut it, but the time is not yet. And until we're a little closer to being able to release, really don't even want to lead people on or give them a date that may or may not happen. So we're working on it, and it should be pretty soon. But that's as close as I can get to any sense of timing for any VIP updates at this time. Would there be Lamania previews of what? So in Update 66, that got previewed. Its second preview this week. That was actually on my list of things to talk about, so let me just briefly put that up. We did have a pretty big preview for Update 66 this week on Lamania. Included the Dragon Lord, round 2 of the Epic Destiny work that we're doing. That is led to a lot of conversation and a lot of feedback that we've been listening to and digesting, as it were. Sorry, though, I think we are not going to be changing our stance on Exalted Angel. We've already talked about this. There's an Exalted Angel nerf in there to the always-on free healing that it used to provide, and we're not doing that anymore. And I apologize that you may have enjoyed that free always-on healing, but at the same time, for a bunch of reasons, it being way too overpowered, maybe among the top of them, we are making that change and sticking to it here for Update 66. This also brings in AoE ranged attacks, and we've even done some work on tumble. Maybe I will actually get a little bit more into that tumble, because that's new for this preview. We also have a couple new quests that got their first preview. Too Many Cooks and This Old Haunt, along with Fred's First Date. We've mentioned this a couple of times before, all the way back in the producer's letter, but Update 66 Adventure Pack is a little different than the sort of serious questing that we have often done, especially most recently in Vecna Unleashed, where we had some pretty big stakes happening that were world-changing. This is not that. This is a little bit more slice of life, might be a good way to describe the various quests in Update 66. They're a little fun. They're a little goofy in places, and people get the chance to stretch their creativity and just have some fun with these dungeons. And reminder, everyone's going to get this quest pack for free here as well. So you can see the release notes over in the Lamania forums. I'm not going to read through them all, but there are quite a few things that went into this preview. Let's see if I can just click over to the... Here we go, I can. So we're doing some changes with tumble here in Update 66, which is pretty interesting. I know that we've had a bit of an issue with tumble of late, where people have been using it to run a little too... or to move a little too fast, and it looks terrible, and we don't want it. We don't like that. I'm sorry. But what we're doing instead, rather than just say getting rid of the experimental controls, is that for this preview at least, it's now going to have charges. So tumbling will be limited by charges. If you don't have at least one tumble charge, you can't tumble. By default, you'll have 2 maximum tumble charges, and 1 returns every 8 seconds. Certain feats and abilities will boost your maximum tumble charge and quicken their rate of return. You could read about that in the forums, but why would you want to do any of this? Well, it will grant you defensive benefits during part of the tumble animations that will apply if you're actually tumbling, so that kind of shuffle step doesn't count. But if you're doing like an actual tumble, because you've got enough points and things like that in it, you will get 95% uncapped dodge for 1 second, and a bonus to your reflex saving throws equal to your tumble skill for 1 second. So the idea is it's going to potentially introduce the ability to use it far more actively and defensively as part of your retinue of combat maneuvers, and we'll see how this goes. So it's been a pretty interesting thing to see tumble evolve. For a long time it was maybe not particularly useful, and then for a little while it was maybe too much so, causing some disruption and other problems. And now we've got a plan here that's being previewed this week, or was previewed this week on Lamania, where it's providing some active defensive benefits. And you can read more about that on the Lamania forums. Is it possible to put the Ultimate Ravenloft expansion on sale again? We could. We have opted so far not to do that, and we do have a plan to offer the Bottle of Mist standalone. But it is true that we could theoretically just put it out again, and for those who wanted to purchase it at whatever price we set, they could do so. But we have so far opted not to do that. I know. So Johnny Hunt asked the number one question, which is, what is the primary class of the Dragon Disciple archetype? That, too, is information that will be released at a later date. I apologize. It is true, BJack streams, that if you're unable to, for whatever reason, log in to claim that month's benefits for Year of the Dragon, you will not be able to claim it afterwards. That is by design of this Year of the Dragon promotion that we're doing. But I think there are very few cases really where you will entirely miss out an opportunity to acquire the item in the future. So, but yes, similar to other things, you do actually have to log in and claim it. And we do apologize if someone is unable to, during that month-long period, find the time or be able to log in for whatever reason it might be. I don't know that I'm really prepared right now to get into Dark Wolfer 2002 about the question, why can't they just let everyone run max speed all the time? That's a good question. I mean, yeah, there's a lot you could say about that. You could write probably a paper about movement speed and progression and all the other kinds of things. But ultimately, as we've said, related to Tumble, there was some unintentional behaviors that became introduced with the experimental tumble controls. And I think while we can appreciate that being able to move more quickly than even the fastest run speed might be something some people would enjoy, we really don't want to have a game where everyone's tumbling all around through the game world. And sorry, but no, is really the answer on that. All right. Before I maybe do a little questing here today, I did want to mention that we do have the leaderboards up as well for the 9th season of the Hardcore League. So Hardcore 9 came to an end on Wednesday the morn with our downtime, and we do have the leaderboards now up. So this was a shorter period. Remember, this is a 60-day one. And Legion got more than 78-81, and that was a 4-way tie. 78-81, Ghost in the Shell, Irritator, and Halloween 7 Keys to Keeper. 80s metal band reference if you don't know. 7881. 7881 for favor. This one's pretty impressive too. Let me scroll down past the leaderboard to that Reaper XP. In 60 days, Legion got, how even much is that? 6 million? Is that really? Yes. 6,084,000 Reaper XP? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I think Legion won. I think is what that means. It's pretty nuts. That is pretty nuts. And you can find that leaderboard over on DDO.com. I'm still I'm just like a little shook on that. I'm like, what in the hat? But no, what? Yes. It's insane, is what that is. And congratulations, for sure. So I'm doing just a little bit of questing today. I've wanted to get my saga done on this character for Vecna Unleashed, and I'm, I don't know, about 4 quests or so off, so I thought maybe I would just start the show by doing this a little bit. Bulwark is not doing well. Okay. Bring him back up here in a second. Yep, people are still working today. Someone was asking if Tonkin is still working. I don't know why you want to know, but yes. It's true that Nothics can be pretty difficult. I'm sure Bulwark would have totally survived the fight if it hadn't been a Nothic. As I almost died. Sure, let me get to that question in a second. How do we determine the weekend boost? It's mostly a matter of looking at our sales and promotion calendar. It's part of the same sort of grouping of work that gets done. And really just trying to split it up so that we keep things fresh and interesting. We try to align it when we can to... Whoops. Whatever we might have going on related to, like, sales or something like that. You know, like if we've got a big crafting sale, maybe we'll put crafting XP as a boost and things. But for the most part, it's a pretty organic process where we just look at the calendar. And put in the weekend bonuses, just kind of on a typical rotation, really. But we don't want to make it too rote, so we shift things around a little bit. So it's not as too predictable. And then we have things like the seasonal festivals that tend to happen at their regular time, like the anniversary event that, you know, will arrive later in February here. Snow Peaks, which we just wrapped up, which usually goes from the, second week in January to around early February, and that just wrapped up as well this week. Typically, the way we do events is it'll debut on a Thursday, whenever we're able to get it live. Let's say by mid-afternoon Eastern Time on Thursday. And then it'll go from that weekend, run through the whole week, run through the second weekend, and then typically, depending on what like the specific event. There's a few that can't do this, but for the most part, it'll run then through that following Tuesday and get shut off the morning of that Wednesday when we do our weekly maintenance. So the idea is for most, like, seasonal events, it goes from Wednesdays to Wednesdays, and we do 2 full weekends of them. And then there are some things like Champion Hunter Week, where we tend to let it run a little. It's not so much although we have done a weekend boost of Champion Hunter. For the most part, a Champion Hunter tends to run for a week-long period. And that would be, well, almost a week-long period, because it would debut on a Thursday and go through that Tuesday, usually being shut off with our downtime maintenance on the Wednesday. Then there's a few things like the Mimic Hunt, where it's really a special event that will turn on, either related to something we're doing, like the Illithid invasion, or just because it's maybe been a while since there was a event and people want something.
The Traveler explains that this fortress is a trap he built for invading gods. He asks you to sabotage Vecna's
I think that covers most of
by
it.
pulling special levers inside. Of course, only those worthy of representing
Anything else just pretty much gets determined as needed.
And pull the levers.
Let me take a look at questions here while I have my hireling give me a few DVs. It would be an awesome to have a claim all button on Monster Manual rewards. That would be a nice feature. I think perhaps for performance and other reasons, there are benefits to having to do it individually, but I get it. I get it. When can we expect a Champion Hunter weekend? I don't know. I would need to look up the calendar myself, but we typically aren't able to provide a lot of information ahead of time on these things. So
Clearly, Vecna and his followers have beaten you inside the fortress. And the God of Secrets has brought more than just a hidden hand.
it's true that we did go a while without a crafting boost weekend. I think, you know, part of it too is we can be fairly reactive to it. So if I'm seeing a lot of questions in, say, Twitch chat where it's like, people really want a crafting XP boost, it's been a while. They pointed out it's been 3 months. We'll just sometimes replace whatever was there with whatever people are talking about on the forums and such. It doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen, for sure. We'll do that. How about you not do that work? Alright, Armor of the Silver Dragon. Sounds familiar. Sorry for the caps. I am potentially hyped. Well, cool. I think for the cosmetics, the goal will be to have some kind of screenshot of it. That'll be up for the time that it's available. I don't know about your shot on the run question. I would assume that you shouldn't be losing 240 hit while running, unless because it is called shot on the run, not shot on the standstill. But file a bug report on that. Steel Star or someone can take a look at it and do whatever needs to get done there. Seems that nothing updating on the normal servers till February 28th. That could be. That could be. We are getting ready to release Update 66 and our anniversary, and the first grant for Year of the Dragon with Dragon Lord, and all the rest. So I think it'll be a few weeks before we really do have a game update, and that'll put us in that time frame for our anniversary. The anniversary event will be coming back. I wouldn't expect any big changes to it, but I know that, per usual, a few bits of the event itself are going to get adjusted, and should be pretty fun. Alright. When does Myth Draenor release? That'll be later this year. No, the dragon armor will not be a return of any old armor. It's going to be new. I'm thinking actually, well, at least I'm considering actually this character here, playing a Dragon Lord with it. I've been doing this kind of light spec'd Dark Apostate Tabaxi for a while, both on stream and off, and I like this character a lot. In some ways, this is one of my mains at the moment. But I'm considering doing the ER-TR thing and making them a Dragon Lord. 'Cause that seems like this. I would like the. I think I'm gonna like the Dragon Lord a lot. We'll see, but I do love my battle clerics, and this should be pretty fun, I think. Yeah, Dragon Lord's fighter.
Lieutenants guards the door to the next chamber.
For sure, Mock Dragon, unless it's already taken. Because, I mean, it's, you know, I like this character a lot, and frankly, I can dish out some pretty good light damage, and I've got my improved Domain of Death thing, which I just keep pinging for thousands and thousands of damage, and it's kind of sweet. But I've been playing this character for a while now, so I think it's time to get this person another past life, and both epic and normal, and move on. Alright. Oh, I do have one more bit of news I can think about here, and this is related to an announcement we did, I believe, earlier this week, related to PAX East. So, if you're in the Boston area, or think you can get to the Boston area because you would want to, set aside Thursday, March 21st. Yes, Thursday, March 21st. Also, if you are perhaps looking at a one-day badge for PAX East, perhaps you would want to think about Thursday, March 21st. And we're going to have more information in the coming weeks about what we're doing at PAX this year. We're going to be presenting. We're not going to be on the show floor, but we are going to be there. And then that evening, for everyone, we're going to have a meetup, time and location to be announced, but plans are in the works for that. We just have to, we're in the process of getting a signed contract to make that thing happen.
The traveler tells you must be prepared to make a sacrifice in your next trial. The traveler is surprised at how far you are willing to go with your sacrifice. Impressive! Well, more than necessary, really, but it will do. The first of the traveler's special levers has been pulled. Now to find the rest of them.
Well, we have a floof visit. Let me take care of that. Let me not die here. And let me take care of that. Shadows are causing me some grief. Let me put on safety mode here while I take care of them. And perhaps get the floof on camera. So it'll be, you won't need a ticket to go to the... Where'd you go? I heard her meowing, but no. No, I don't see her. Okay, well. There we are. Small shields need more love. Okay. Higher level augments with the champion hunter gear. I think if we had an opportunity to revisit the champion hunter gear, we could. Actually, I don't think I actually need to even do this. I sacrificed myself the easy way. See, the problem is I'm negative spec, so I'm healing myself with it, and I'm healing them on top of it. I suppose I should probably stop that. Use my light spells when I need to. But I don't get as much healing from light. I mean, that'd be a pretty big system to do like an augment system like that, but perhaps. Anyway, I don't even need to do this, do I? I need to go this way. Oh, actually, I do want to go back and use that shrine. That's what I wanted to do. Any issues with transferring from the hardcore server? No, there should be no issues. Free transfers should be available. If you run into an issue where you are not seeing your character as displaying as available to transfer, generally the first thing to do is to log into that character on the hardcore world, log out of the character, close the game client, and relaunch it. And essentially that'll make sure that the character is not in any kind of archived state. And also, hello. Miss Elizabeth Bennett, my cat, wants to say hello to this live stream as well. She was on the last live stream too, at noon today. Yeah, and then, yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Yeah? She's upset because I think her dish is empty. I should probably put some food in that. I may take a break here in just a quick second and do that. She's like, hello. Pet me, human. Or feed me. Either way, don't do what you're doing. Do what I want you to do. Which is fine. In general, I would like to. I am, however, live on the air for another 15 or so minutes.
The traveler gives you some unhelpful advice about enduring life's battles.
Oh gosh. I'm not ready. I didn't think this through. At least these people will take damage from my negative energy. Dogs are nice too. I've always been a cat owner, but I like doggies. Doggies are good. Good doggies. Good doggies. Oh no! No. Okay, so I would need, ultimately if you're running into a transfer issue, then get in touch with in-game support. I don't know what the issue specifically that you've run into is. I couldn't possibly diagnose that on the air. It sounds like you're not seeing other worlds to transfer to, which doesn't seem right. You should just see a full list of worlds to transfer them to. From hardcore, so assuming your character's on hardcore, right, and trying to transfer to another regular game world, should just happen. This is not going well. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? See if they either kill me or I stabilize, I guess. See if I can bring back Bulwark here. If that would even help. Wouldn't hurt. Gonna take care of that non-named there. Alright, there we go. Whew. Eek. Alright. Am I still doing screenshots of the week? It's true that I've been somewhat lax in doing the screenshot of the week. I've had this plan for a number of months now to restart back up the Didio Chronicle and Lochero Beacon, but I just have had other things that have gotten in the way of me just being able to do that. And so I haven't brought back the screenshot of the week as a result as well. The other thing is, really for the past final few years of the screenshot of the week, it was really about the same 5 people that were submitting screenshots every week. So the number of submissions was really pretty low, all said and done. And, did I not hit that lever? I thought I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. And so I want to reintroduce it to the wider community and make it easier, maybe, to do these screenshots as well. Where am I missing a lever, though? I definitely hit this lever, didn't I? I did. Now, did I miss one back here by any chance? I thought I should be on one lever left after this, right? And they were great screenshots. I mean, don't get me wrong. See, that's the thing, is the screenshots were totally cool. Oh, maybe down here I didn't do something. Yeah, here we go. I just want to cross the bridge. Alright, well, since I'm down to 132, I'll use this shrine.
But at least you're not dead.
So what I'd like to do is, in the next couple of months, if I can carve out the time and make it part of the process again, I want to bring back the weekly Didio Chronicle, and then have a much easier screenshot of the week submission process as well. I don't know if I'm just going to use, like... I mean, there's a couple of options. There's a couple of programs. One I'm familiar with called, like, a Vodago, that we've used for, say, the... I don't know if we use it on the DDO side, but on the Lord of the Rings side, for example, it's what we use to do the anniversary celebration corgi what, not last year, but the year before. So there might be a few options where it would just be a website that you would just submit your screenshots to, and it might make participation a little more likely. At least that's the thought. Not that we had bad screenshots, it's just that some weeks we got a little slim. And then there were a few weeks where it was stretching quite a bit in terms of trying to find something to use. But I had an archive, you know, from things from even months ago that would be eligible. And so it's not like I didn't have anything. We kept it going pretty good. But eventually things slowed down, and it just seemed, since I was going to really redo the whole thing the Screenshot of the Week was made for to begin with, which is really the Chronicle. So that we'd have something cool to look at every week. That I would roll it all together, and then I've just been too busy to really bring it back. So the last one we did was in, what, September or so. And I do apologize for that. I know some people did enjoy it. We didn't have big numbers on them either, but that's fine. I don't really care about that part so much. There are people who enjoyed it. It was just kind of part of the weekly process, just to kind of check out whatever the screenshot was that week. And that's cool.
A bit of your life power flows into the lever as you pull it. A bit of your life power flows into the lever as you pull it.
Hey, focus on the mission.
Yeah, you don't know why you can't see the other worlds. That is odd. I'm not sure why that would be either, but hopefully, I would think CS should be able to figure out what's going on there. So, send in a ticket to in-game support, be in-game DDO, and you can submit a ticket through help.standingstonegames.com, and they can sort out your hardcore transfer issue.
A bit of your life power flows into the lever as you pull it.
Your companion died last.
I actually think, you know, back in the day, when we first started the Screenshot of the Week, it was like, is it really gonna be interesting, or are people just gonna send us junk? And I think we've proven that far from it. We got awesome results from the screenshot of the week contest. It was super cool. Oops, it was super cool.
A bit of your life power flows into the lever as you pull it.
All right. I'm actually running pretty low on time. I guess I should have picked a shorter quest to run, but we'll just go a few minutes longer and get it done anyway. We'll see. I have to fight that nightmare at the end yet. That's going to be potentially quite the fight. We'll see.
The traveler asks you to choose between the path of struggle.
Oh, that's right. I do have a ways to go. Well, I might actually have to take a pause on this quest then and come back to it after I get done with work here. 'Cause I do have things I need to do. I'm actually really looking forward to PAX East this year. I know that this should be a pretty interesting PAX East from the streamer community on the DDO side. I know Voodoo Spice, Nimvind, Cozy Bean, and a whole bunch of others are going to be doing a bunch of content related to PAX East this year. I understand we're even going to have some kind of taking me out on a theoretical date, or like going mini golfing and stuff. I've been asked whether I would be in a hot tub, to which the answer is, well, I definitely am not taking my shirt off, but I guess. And so that stands. And that should be there. So it'll be interesting. At the very least, I don't know what kind of wackiness they have in my store, but it seems pretty wackified to me. Hot tub in Boston in March. That's a good point. I'm assuming this is some kind of hotel thing. I don't know. How else would they do it? Yeah, if it's outside, I'm definitely not. Although it depends. Some years are really great and some years less so. Well, you know what? I think I just have too much left of this quest to do. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this quest on stream. So let's call it a show. Thanks for watching. Fridays at 4 on twitch.tv/DDO stream. Show gets archived on YouTube. Usually a couple hours after it goes live. I will be off next week. See you in 2 weeks. Have a great weekend, everyone. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.